Okay. You may be wondering, why are you here? Why is this man with the patchy beard posting videos on YouTube? Well, if you couldn't tell by the name, you absolute troglodyte, this channel is going to be all about science, 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 science. Because, let's admit it, most people don't really like science. Like, for example, I'm an engineer. I'm a chemical engineering student. So obviously I like science because I want to do it for a living. But you can probably ask 100 people what their favorite thing to talk about is, and science is probably not going to make their top 5. And unfortunately, I think it's because, if you get the right teacher, like in high school, college, whatever, they can make the class super fun. But let's face it, more often than not, the dude's been talking about it for 10, 20 years. So, to him it makes sense. So he's going to talk about the way he wants. And, that can discourage people. That can make it look annoying, boring. But I don't want to make science boring. I'm here to make science a fun, exciting concept. Because I think it all depends on, how you talk about it, what examples you use. Because I plan on talking about science, math, physics, maybe even some philosophy. Because that's actually how science started. That's why, actually, if someone gets a PhD, that stands for Doctor of Philosophy. So why do people have PhDs in chemistry? Because, as my professor once told me, it's because, well, before science was called science, it was basically just philosophy. Because, think of the scientific method, for example. I can't name all the steps off the top of my head, but here are the most important ones. 1. Make an observation. Literally just go outside and look at something. Anything. Please. We're begging you. Touch grass. Step 2. Ask a question about that something. Let's stick with the grass concept. Why is grass green? I don't know. Step 3. Make an assumption. Most important step. Because listen, I'm saying to make an assumption, but I'm not telling you to say something stupid. Like, for example, with the grass example. Why is grass green? I don't want you to say, because it's green. No. Like, even if it's just, there's something in the grass that must make it green. That's a good enough assumption. Step 3. Come up with a way of testing your assumption. Sticking with the grass concept, I actually don't know what experiment you can come up with to see why it's green. But doesn't matter. I'm just explaining in general terms. Step 4. Sorry, 5. Whoops. Collect data. Because you need to be able to report something if you want to prove yourself. Step 6. Report your results. Or, go up to a friend. Maybe he hates you. Maybe he loves you. Or she. Free world. Go up to a friend and say, hey, look at what I found. And here's the evidence to prove it. That's why we collect data. Step 7. Reevaluate your initial assumption. So that was step 3. For example, we said grass is green because of something that's in the grass. If you indeed found that there's something in the grass that makes it green, boom, you win. You made a scientific breakthrough. You're a scientist. Congratulations. If you find the opposite, that there isn't something in the grass that makes it green, then you have to go back and redo the steps. Come up with a new way of, or come up with a new assumption altogether, or just modify it and test again. Sorry, that took a chunk of time. And admittedly, talking about this stuff is a little boring. But if you just remember those steps, you can apply that to anything. You can apply that to the sky. Why is it blue? You can apply it to your brother. Why is he so goddamn annoying? You can apply it to big thighs. Why am I so hypnotized by him? Anyways, but yeah, that's my deal. I'm here to make science not boring. I'm here to make science fun. I already recorded a video that I'm going to be posting about stuff that spins. We're talking about spinning. Because who doesn't like Beyblades and fidget spinners and yo-yos and that stuff? But yeah, I plan on uploading, what, probably like once a week. I plan on making my videos short and sweet. I don't plan on making a lecture for you to listen to because you got a life to live. I got a life to live. I don't feel like sitting in front of my computer for hours on end trying to make money. I'm just trying to have fun. I'm here to have fun. Maybe you'll have some too, and maybe you'll learn something that you can go up to your friends and say, I know more than you now. But yeah. Anyways, stay tuned. I'm gonna try to upload once a week, like I said. And yeah, let's do some science.